with what this is going to look like as the game goes on, but I think the gameplay is really going to have to back that up. And the DN Supers, we have seen them find some victories.
Or two in it across the board here.
Kellen actually trying to go for a reset potentially, but not being able to. As Peter finds a Shattering Strike, Kellen looking a little worse for wear, but Taehoon's going in, looking for the angle. The Ignite was on, but not on Taehoon, who does decide to go. The Ezreal has been very, very good throughout this particular patch.
Sharvel will eventually stop the back there, ultimately stop the back.
All right, there's the taunt in. Deokadam in a lot of trouble here. He was the one with Flash, but they still managed to kill him. Taehoon picking up.
They thought, well, at least this is our one chance, our one angle. They got the Shen ultimate, but even that doesn't feel like that big of a win.
Yeah.
Peter, and it's clear specifically in both instances of those equalizers, the
Whoa, flash kick onto Deokadam here, who does have to move away from the turret, even with a flash, though he's right now is what it feels like. And BNK FEARX just know exactly what to do. There is that first turret.
They're going to get more than the turret. So now they have full control over the Herald while it's actually spawned and able to be taken. Peter has got his flashback.
There it is. He does get that Magnet Storm in. They're looking for Raptor, who does go down, but Deokadam is going to be traded immediately. So much damage out of this Corki, but Raptor is also going to be dead, and that is going to be the Herald going down in favor of Sharvel. So the DN Supers do get something back. Magnet Storm. This is a little bit of a dicey one if they do try to go for this one, because they do need to hard force. Here is that Battle Herald we were talking about, but the taunt, it comes forward. The Herald can't do anything about it, and the Dragon is going to go down. That sole point over to BNK FEARX.
That was
and
such
Shelly
a good
does
time.
nothing.
Kellen just said there's no follow-up. Kellen read their play like a book. They had vision on all entryways. Push this mid-turret down. They have 3 grubs, and I think he's just going to get it. So sure, you get this one, but it's going to be a 1-for-1 turret.
Went a little bit wide, and so therefore he is going to be able to survive there. Raptor is just going to move back towards the river, but there's that IOU that they do manage to claim. I would agree with you though, but he's still sitting on 0-0-0. Same with Clear, as now Raptor, oh, that kick flash was so sexy out of the man. Gorgeous play here from the jungler. However, Deokadam has survived for a lot longer. Raptor is now going to try and hunt him down to finish the job. Clear is already dead, but that is the bottom lane wiped out in response. Clozer now looking for an angle, but the scatter doesn't work. Raptor is at it again, but not going to go in on that resonating strike, as DuDu feeling a little too powerful. And the scatter and just slithers up the river.
DNS can't get anything in this one.
Taehoon is frontlining. I'm not sure about that one. The Magnet Storm comes out from Peter. Good flash, gets away from the shock blast. Peter is going to be taken down. The defense of the president comes in, and Taehoon walks away. Clear not so lucky, but Raptor gets another gorgeous kick. And down goes Deokadam. The Arcane Storm, not enough to kill the Corki. And this is honestly just a Raptor highlight reel now. As I say that, he misses a Q, but that doesn't matter. I think DuDu is not going to be able to prevent this Dragon from going down.
And he was isolated and killed. The carries couldn't close the gap. It's been quietly, I know the least.
That health bar is extraordinarily low. BNK FEARX now moving towards this top side. 6,000 gold in the lead. As Taehoon going to get flashed on, but just sidesteps. Now Valkyrie's forward. Clear comes down. Deokadam's almost dead. See, they just don't have enough damage to kill Taehoon fast enough. He already does so much work. Clozer comes in, unleashes the power, but unfortunately the power station is just not really given very much back right now. Raptor comes in, claims a double, and now DuDu back at full health, but he's ran out of teammates.
Here, dies, but it doesn't matter because they have Cassiopeia, they have Fedley Sin, and DuDu, 1 shock blast and a dream.
Well, he's not even really going to be able to do it, as he doesn't get kicked into the Baron Pit in order to die to everyone, but he gets kicked far enough to definitely die. No flash on the Jayce, no chance to escape, and that is going to be Baron. Peter is looking a bit worse for wear, though, as we can see, and that is all they're really going to get. However, Clear comes down. That's a brand new hat on this Rumble and just halves their health bars. Magnet Storm doesn't do a lot. The kick is gorgeous as he locks down the Syndra. It's a double already here for Taehoon, who's looking fantastic on the Corki, and Raptor is just hunting them all down. Finds his opposite number and will be able to get Sharvel out of there. They at least killed Taehoon again. That's something.
That was the last
still the end of the game.
The BNK sussed it out, they back away. Not that I think a flanking Jayce this far behind was going to do too much, but they didn't even give him a chance to do that. And they're going to close this one out. An incredibly one-sided game here. on day 2 here of week 10. BNK coming back with a vengeance.
Yeah, and this is a DNS that just managed to take down Bro in the Kesper Cup, and a BNK FEARX that were already eliminated.
Everybody's doing it now. And so you ban the Varus and the Vayne, and then pick Gnar, which is the more conditional part of the engagement.
This wave is so massive that Clear is pushing forward, and he picks up the turret aggro, and down goes Sharvel. It's gorgeously played here by BNK. Although I guess a Kai'Sa is not exactly going to be hard winning in the early levels either. Raptor now going to get Hex flashed on here by Peter, and the flash forward from Clozer. They might be able to lock down this kill. The Aegis did come on through, as now Sharvel is going to be able to get over that wall and make sure that this Pantheon is going down.
So Clozer, so they get one lane with an advantage out of this. So definitely a big bounce back, but the woes will continue elsewhere.
Yeah, Deokadam taking a lot of damage here. Peter is able to offer a really nice re-engage. Remember, Kellen doesn't have the ulti just yet, so that damage is going to stick a little bit more than it otherwise would. Good exhaust here onto DuDu to keep Clear alive, who's rocket jumping in, trying to utilize that summoner spell. As he has stacked up that lethal tempo, was starting to do a bunch of work, but now DuDu, oh, he gets buster shotted back and isn't going to be able to finish off that kill. The flash comes through as the traded ultimate comes on down, but now the Realm Warp is going to bring a doggo and a rise towards his top lane, and it's a solo kill for DuDu.
Buster shot pushes DuDu away, but isn't enough to kill, and now Clear is just up a creek without a paddle here and just ultimately will get taken out. They do, of course, commit the Realm Warp for this, but it's well worth it.
Well, we've got another Pulverize coming on in, as Kellen is likely to just die. There is the cow going down, but the bounce on in from Clear, Goomba stomping everyone, gets the first reset, and the Pantheon is on a double kill now. Taeun is just racing forward, grabs his kill, and that is 3 on the floor already. BNK FEARX, I mean, it was a little bit of a rough time, but that time is now over, and Deokadam is also going to be taken out.
Classic.
I feel like weird stuff happens in that series of games.
It's weirdly cool, but it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and I kind of like that. I respect it for what it is. Okay, there's an ulti coming on through from Sharvel. Viktor tried to catch it, but it does not quite work out there. So the Taliyah will be taken out. Kellen now in a little bit of trouble, but the resets are coming on in for this doggo. Raptor not going to be deterred from his Brambleback. Does manage to take that one down, but the first Drake.
Bit of a Hail Mary, but like the last one Peter set up, you know, it works out.
Okay. You don't need to wait anymore.
No,
it's fine. It's over. As the Boomerang Blade actually did a whole bunch of work here towards
everywhere.
DNS.
Where we go? Where are we dropping?
Well, I think you just get a whole patch kit, and you just go to the closest place and start patching. And Clozer's going to flash into the wall, and honestly, it feels like DNS as a team.
Okay. Speaking of Bang, his name was Moham, and he had bangs over his eyes.
Who did he just join in the LPL? I'm trying to remember. All right, he has recently moved over. It's okay. Here's a little bit of an option. Pulverize onto 2. Down goes Peter, but these health bars are getting lower. Deokadam, will he find a killer instinct angle? That's the question. The explosive charge not going to quite kill, but gets pretty dang close. As Taeun just not even interested in that fight, is just going to be hanging out in this mid lane. Viktor taking a lot of damage. There is the Gnar, but the flash gets him out of the way. Flash out of the way at the seismic shove as well, as we are running out of those flash buttons. And Sharvel going to have to... He did. Hopefully on Weibo he's going to get a haircut and things are going to work out. Thanks, Orcs, for the update. Couldn't quite remember which team he joined. But there it is. He's on Weibo Gaming now. It's okay. BNK FEARX, they are going to have their hair out of their eyes. They are just very, very happily looking at a Summoner's Rift that belongs to them at this point in time. Viktor is in fact building walls and missing seismic shoves, so maybe he does need to just move the hair out of it.
Just take a good look at it.
Pretend you're joining the military or something like that, you know? All right, Viktor could be in a little bit of trouble here. Throws Clozer around. Depth charge comes in. Decent combo there from Peter, and Taliyah is going to fall down. Viktor didn't have a lot of options in that moment.
There we see that Realm Warp.
I mean, he killed Viktor like a little bit ago.
Yeah.
There you go. There's something.
They also did delay the kill on this turret.
It's going to give them so much control of the map as well. I don't think it's going to be realistic for the DN Supers to get over towards contesting this Hextech Dragon.
They're kind of like, you cleared out my stock. I don't really have anything left for you.
Yeah. Well, Pulverize is going to catch Sharvel on the front flip. He's going to have to flash. The exhaust comes down as well. Shelly gets a double charge. And yeah, Peter's going to get flung back towards the waiting boomerangs. of Taeun. Takes a whole bunch of damage there. DuDu is at least spending some spare time in this top lane, taking out the first turret of the game for the DN Supers. That might be able to get them a little bit of time expected.
Is because my expectation...
It is! Look at you!
Jayce gets triple kill. Maybe we get a soul, and maybe then we could see DNS win this game as
Killer Instinct. Deokadam needs to avoid a seismic shove, but instead he just flashes towards Viktor, does avoid the seismic shove, and now Viktor's going to try and wall his way out, and you know what? He'll be successful! Oh man, they cannot catch a break. Clear is going to kill the doggo here in the tribe.
Level 1 for him when he came over to Sharvel's...
yeah, when he removed the dog from the game, I think is what kind of happened there. Sharvel is going to be able to remove himself from this position. That was definitely good. As Raptor trying to get the stun onto DuDu, but he hops beforehand. So we'll be able to keep himself alive. Still, turret does go down, and this is what Tristana loves to do. She's drawing beat.
Where they'll have any relevant team fights, but it's looking a little tough right now. It's only the second dragon here for BNK. Like we said, you know, might at least have a chance to get back into it. There is a chance if mistakes are made. Speaking of mistakes made.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, DuDu is going to be pushed away here. Taeun, with his newly built Infinity Edge you just mentioned, is able to do so much damage here. Raptor unable to find the Q, and the flash out from Sharvel will get him out of there somewhat, but Clear didn't get the hasn't charged the explosive charge, but there's the kill. And no real escape here from the Tristana. And it should be.
And carried the last team fight and made a comeback happen on Rise. I don't know if that's necessarily going to happen for Clozer here, but he's going to have to try. DuDu TP top, but they have no vision. Kellen's wrapping around.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. He does manage to jump forward, pick up the kill under DuDu. Oh, yeah, no, I think he's theoreticalizing. It's not an actualize this time around,
every problem. It's a late game Sivir, late game Tristana. With Baron and 3 grubs, these turrets are just not going to last.
I also think that Clear went back and bought Navori, like, just straight up after the Lord Dom, so he is very, very scary on this Tristana. DuDu does get headbutt pulverized. Now Sharvel looking for a bit of a flank angle, but is spotted on the control ward. BNK all grouped up, just trying to work out which part of this fork to pick off, and it's going to be Sharvel that draws that short straw. And the rest of them now move over. It's another kill onto the jungler. It's another opportunity to go for even more in this game. There's still a minute and a half on the Drake. Probably turrets is what they're going to be looking for, but now Kellen turns it into a 3-man pulverize, and Raptor wraps around, finds the option. It's a double for Taeun. Viktor flashes forward. DuDu finds himself in the death chamber yet again, and headbutt pulve is going to connect onto Clozer in the back line. It's a wipe, and BNK FEARX will be picking up their first 2-0 here of the LCK for this round.
Round 3 starting off on great footing here for BNK FEARX as they take this Nexus out here just about 15 seconds shy of 28 minutes in an extremely dominant game. And I think a lot of this came down to draft, but Raptor